3.
Hi, I'm Sarah Wade and I am a Master Gardener with Rutherford County, and today we're going to talk about monarchs. I am going to talk about the monarch life cycle in just a minute, but first I want to show you my enclosure. So I built this enclosure just because we like to watch the monarchs. I do want to preserve their population as much as possible. They do have some predators that can get to them, and also just for learning. I have small children and we like to watch and learn. So the first thing we do is that a monarch will lay the adult female monarch will lay its eggs on milkweed only. So you have to have a lot of milkweed. I have lots of milkweed planted to my right, and I just let the eggs stay there and hatch. I don't try to hatch the eggs myself or take them in while they're in egg form. I just find it a little bit harder. So as soon as they're hatched though, I will take them. I will cut the branch off that they are. I'll just pinch it off, the leaf or whatever that they're on. And I will stick them in here, and I just use flower water vials. I'm not even sure what they're really called, but I just put them in here and then fill it with water so I can keep the milkweed fresh. And they'll just eat. All they do is eat. They also poop a lot, but all they do is eat. And so you have to keep a fresh supply of milkweed at all times. This guy's pretty big. He's got a little bit more growing to do, but as soon as when he's in this stage, they just eat nonstop. So you have to you can't go out of town and just hope they survive. You've got to make sure it's replenished once or twice a day. Usually once a day is good, except for if you have a lot of them and they're just really hungry. At that point, they will just eat. And as soon as I see them go to the top, then they'll go to the top. And I actually have some over here. And in the top, they will go into they'll find a top spot and they will do their chrysalis. And you'll see this one, they are really beautiful. I find them just really gorgeous. They have all this gold speckled on them that I just find just so pretty. They will actually get darker. Well, it looks like they're getting darker, but what it is the chrysalis is getting clear, and the darkness that you see in some of these is just the butterfly, the black of the butterfly. So this one just came out a few minutes ago. His wings have dropped and they're just drying out. They have to hang upside down so that they can function properly, and he's just letting those wings dry out. He'll hang that way for a couple of hours. Just kind of depends on the weather and the day. It's a really muggy day, so it might take longer today. And then he'll start to fly around, and as soon as he's flying around, I will just let him go, and then he can start the process all over again. They're just really fun to watch. It's really fun if you can catch them coming out, emerging from that. The chrysalis is about the size of a quarter, and this is obviously a lot bigger than a quarter. So all of that scrunched up in there is just a really cool process to watch. And the reason why I do it is, number one, for education, but number two, you can have the main predator they have is called a tachnid fly, and a tachnid fly actually lays its eggs on the caterpillar, and it lays it under the skin of the caterpillar, and it gradually eats it from the inside. And so once they go into the chrysalis, it'll finish eating all of the caterpillar, and then it'll kill it. And so this kind of protects them so that the tachnid fly cannot get to them. So just kind of keeping the what's the word I'm looking for? The population, and just letting them go. I do keep it outside. You cannot raise monarchs inside. I should say that. You cannot raise monarchs inside. They have to be outside, as close to their natural environment as possible.